William didn't just inherit a monarchy. He built 20 ways to make Camilla pay for Diana. 20 ways, not threats, executed. The fired sister, the zeroed accounts, the Wembley concert Camilla couldn't attend. The Westminster Abbey aisle, the sapphire earrings across the dinner table, already done. Every privilege Camilla collected during Diana's lifetime is now under William's control. Camilla already feels it. She moved Ray Mill House into her children's names. She's not waiting to see what he takes next. We're going through all 20. Way 20 is the one Diana made possible as a child's promise. Charles cannot reverse it. Let's count them down. Number 1. He took the Treasury. September 2022, the Queen dies at Balmoral, and before the country has dried its eyes, a fortune changes hands. Around £1.26 billion. The Duchy of Cornwall, 130,000 acres of land, 12 historic properties, £22.9 million in annual income, passes straight to William the second his father becomes king. For decades, Charles held that money. Camilla lived comfortably inside that power. Overnight, William took it. He doesn't ask his father for a penny anymore. He owns the ground the next reign stands on. Diana never got near this kind of power. The family kept her outside until she died. Her son took it all in one afternoon. And the first thing he did was reach for the one name closest to Camilla. Number 2. He canceled Camilla's sister. Her name is Annabel Elliot, Camilla's younger sister. For nearly 20 years, she had a comfortable arrangement. Paid interior designer for the Duchy of Cornwall. Holiday cottages, offices, hundreds of thousands of pounds over the years. Those contracts were never offered to anyone else. No bids, no competition. The work just went to Camilla's sister, year after year out of the heir's estate. Then William got the keys, and the Duchy's 2024 integrated report showed the amount paid to Annabel Elliot. One line, one number, 0. The Telegraph confirmed it. No announcement, no interview. He just stopped signing the checks, and a 20-year favor to Camilla's family ended in silence. That's the thing about him. He never argues with Camilla. He just removes her, one piece at a time, and lets her find out on her own. Diana waited years for someone to do that. Her son did it the moment he had the power. And then he did something almost nobody has put together. He became Camilla's landlord. Number 3. He became her landlord. Highgrove, Charles's most beloved home. The country house where he and Camilla lived together. The garden he spent 40 years building with his own hands. Here's what most people miss. Highgrove sits inside the Duchy of Cornwall, which means it now belongs to William. So the King of England pays his own son rent just to keep living in it, around £700,000 a year. Sit with that picture for a second. Camilla goes to sleep every night in a house her stepson owns, in a garden her husband planted, and every year the bill arrives with William's name at the top. She's a guest in her own home, and the landlord is the boy whose mother she replaced. The boy who watched Diana cry over that very marriage and grew up to hold the deed to the roof over the woman who caused it. I really want to get to way 12. That's the one where Camilla was sitting in a room and heard Diana's music playing at William's wedding. But first, 4 through 11, because those 8 ways are the ones William built around Diana's name. And once you see what he did, you can't unsee it. Number 4 didn't happen on paper. It happened on a hospital form. And it put Diana into the Constitution. Number 4, he put Diana's name in the line of succession. May 2nd, 2015. Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. He named his daughter after his dead mother. 4th in line to the throne carries Diana's name in constitutional documents. Forever, Diana's close friend Simone Simmons told Marie Claire, William promised her when he was king, Diana would have her HRH restored. This is his way of doing it. A boy promising his mother, and 20 years later, keeping the promise through his daughter's birth certificate. Camilla spent 17 years lobbying for the title of queen. William put Diana's name in the line of succession with a single signature. And number 5 didn't need 17 years. It needed one wedding, and a title Camilla was too scared to take. Number 5, he gave Kate the title. Camilla was too afraid to use. The day Camilla married Charles in 2005, she became, legally, the Princess of Wales. The title was hers. She could have used it, and she never did. Not once. Not for 17 years. She hid behind a softer name, Duchess of Cornwall, and you already know why. Because deep down she knew the country would never let her wear Diana's title. That silence was a confession. Then watch the payoff. The moment Charles became king, Kate stepped forward as Princess of Wales. Camilla spent 2 decades too frightened to claim it, and then she had to stand there and watch William hand it to Kate, like it had been waiting all along for a woman who deserved it. But William didn't just take Diana's title. He took Diana's charities, both of them. Number 6. He took over Diana's charities. William became patron of Centrepoint in 2005, the homeless charity Diana made famous. She visited shelters in the middle of the night. She held the hands of people nobody else would touch. William took over. Same charity, same cause, same family name. He also became patron of the Halo Trust, Diana's landmine charity, the cause she championed walking through an active minefield in Huambo, Angola, in January 1997. 7 months before she died, both of Diana's signature charities now carry William's name. Camilla didn't inherit either of them. Stay with me, because 7 and 8 are the ones that prove this isn't grief. This is strategy. Number 7. He built his reign on Diana's cause and said her name out loud. 2023. William launched Homewards, a 5-year mission to end homelessness across 6 UK cities, and he didn't pretend it was his own idea. On camera, for a national documentary, he said it plainly. My mother introduced me to the cause of homelessness from quite a young age, and I'm really glad she did. He wants to take George, Charlotte, and Louis to visit the organizations, just as my mother did for me. Previously unseen photographs of Diana at the Passage Shelter were released in October 2024. CNN and People both published them. He isn't just remembering Diana. He's making her the headline of his reign, while Camilla's name appears nowhere in it. And number 8 doesn't have a documentary. It has a sleeping bag and a temperature that should have been front-page news. Number 8. He slept on the streets for Diana's charity, December 2009, -4 degrees, Blackfriars Bridge, central London. William slept rough overnight for Centrepoint, his dead mother's charity. CNN, ABC, NPR, and NBC all confirmed it. He bedded down next to wheelie bins, hoodie, jeans. Nobody recognized him. No senior royal had ever done such a thing. The future king of England slept on cardboard in the freezing cold for a charity his mother championed. Camilla has never spent a night outside a palace in her life. That contrast doesn't need commentary. Number 9 didn't need a sleeping bag. It needed a camera, an interviewer, and one name conspicuously absent. Number 9. His engagement interview was entirely about Diana. October 2010. ITV. William said, "She's not going to be around to share in any of the fun and excitement of it all, so this is my way of keeping her close to it all." He talked about Diana throughout the interview, her memory, her spirit, her absence, and he never mentioned Camilla. Not once, not one word, not a reference. The woman his father married 5 years earlier didn't exist in that interview. Camilla heard it, and she heard her own name's absence louder than anything William said. And then he shut a famous front door in Camilla's face and moved into the rooms behind it. Number 10. He shut Clarence House and moved into Diana's rooms. Clarence House, the grand London home where Charles and Camilla lived for years. By every tradition, it should have passed to William. He turned it down flat. He wanted no part of it. Instead, he set up his operation at Kensington Palace, in the very apartment where Diana lived and raised her boys, right up until the night she died. He refused the house tied to Camilla and moved his power base into his dead mother's rooms. He chose Diana's home over Camilla's roof, and he runs the future of the monarchy from the rooms where Diana once tucked her children into bed. 10 ways. The Treasury, the sister, the rent, Diana's name, Diana's title, Diana's charities, Diana's cause, the freezing streets, the erased interview, Diana's rooms, all executed, all permanent. I really want to get to way 20, the promise. But first, 11 through 19, and honestly, 11 is the one that made me realize this wasn't 20 separate decisions. It was one plan. Number 11, he married Kate, where Diana's coffin lay on April 29, 2011. Westminster Abbey, the same aisle where William walked behind his mother's coffin on September 6, 1997. He was 15 years old then, 28 at his wedding, same stone floor, same organ, same silence before the music starts. He chose that building, not St. Paul's Cathedral, where Charles married Diana in 1981, not Windsor Castle, Westminster Abbey, the building where 32 million viewers watched Diana's funeral. The last time Britain saw William in that aisle, he was a boy behind a coffin. The next time, a man walking toward a future. And Camilla was in the congregation both times, watching a coffin, then watching a bride. Same building, same woman in the pews. And what happened next? In the same building, same night, same room Camilla was sitting in. The music told the whole story. Number 12, he put Elton John's music in Camilla's ears. The wedding reception, Buckingham Palace throne room. Ellie Goulding performed Your Song, an Elton John composition, for William and Kate's first dance. Elton John, the man who sang Candle in the Wind at Diana's funeral while the country wept. William chose that songwriter's music for the first dance of his marriage, and Camilla was in that room. She heard every note. She knew whose music was playing. And if you think a wedding reception was as far as William would go, wait until you hear about the concert, because 63,000 people were invited, and Camilla wasn't one of them. Number 13, he built a concert for 63,000 people. Camilla got a sofa. July 1st, 2007. What would have been Diana's 46th birthday? William and Harry threw their mother a concert at Wembley Stadium. 22,000 tickets gone in under 20 minutes. 63,000 people in the seats, beamed to 140 countries. Elton John performed, the same man who sang at Diana's funeral 10 years earlier. William stood on that stage and told the world the night was about everything his mother loved. Her music, her dancing, her charities, her family, and Camilla stayed home. She pulled out, telling the press, "On reflection, I believe my attendance could divert attention from the purpose of the occasion." The purpose was honoring Diana, and Camilla knew her face in a stadium full of people singing Diana's name would have been unthinkable. William built the biggest tribute his mother ever had, in front of the whole world, and the woman who replaced her watched it on the television. Diana got a stadium chanting her name. Camilla got a sofa and a remote control, but number 14 cuts differently, because William reached into the machine that hunted his mother and made it pay. Number 14, he made the press that hunted Diana pay. Diana died in a tunnel running from photographers. The press chased her to the end. William quietly settled a phone hacking claim against Rupert Murdoch's newspapers, the very machine that tormented his mother, for what the court called a very large sum. No press conference, no statement. He reached into the thing that hunted Diana and made it pay him, then walked away without a word. That is not a man who forgot. That is a son collecting a debt. And number 15 puts Diana's most famous piece of jewelry on Kate's head. At every state banquet Camilla attends. Number 15. He put Diana's tiara on Kate, the Cambridge lover's knot, Diana's most photographed piece of jewelry. She wore it at every state banquet, every diplomatic reception the country remembers. After Diana died, nobody wore it for years. Then Kate started wearing it in 2015. Same events, same rooms, same chandeliers. At the same dinners where Camilla sits wearing jewelry the country doesn't remember and never will. And 16 is the one that guarantees it never stops. Because William isn't just wearing Diana's memory. He's teaching it to his children. Number 16. He's raising George Diana's way. Royal author Robert Lacey says William held off telling George he'll be king one day, on purpose, because he never forgot how cold it felt when the institution told him as a child. He's shielding his son from the very machine that raised him. Hands on the school run, feelings allowed, a real childhood. That's not how Charles was raised. It's how Diana raised her boys. The next king is being shaped by Diana's heart, passed straight from her to William to George. And the cold world Camilla came from doesn't get a vote in it. 3 ways left, and these are the ones Camilla can feel closing in. Number 17. He released unseen photos of Diana, October 2024. For the Homewards documentary, William released photographs of Diana at the Passage Shelter with young William and Harry in 1993. Photos nobody had seen in 31 years. CNN and People published them. He controls those photographs. He chose when to release them. And what the country saw was Diana, not Camilla, as the origin of the monarchy's most important social initiative. And number 18 proved it's not just the photographs, it's the entire narrative, and Camilla's office isn't part of it. Number 18. He released Kate's cancer video without Camilla knowing. March 2024, Kate recorded a video at Windsor announcing her cancer diagnosis, released through Kensington Palace, not through Buckingham Palace, not coordinated with Camilla's team. The most significant royal health announcement in a decade was produced by William's operation alone. Camilla's office found out when Britain found out. Number 19 is the detail you watch every week without connecting it. The earrings. Number 19. He put Diana's earrings across the dinner table. Kate doesn't just wear Diana's ring. She wears Diana's sapphire earrings, the matching set. At state dinners where Camilla sits across the table, you've probably watched Kate at these events for years and never noticed what she was wearing in her ears. Now you will. Every time. Diana's stones, on Diana's daughter-in-law, under the same chandeliers, across from the woman who replaced her. Number 20. No more waiting. The promise. Number 20. He kept a promise he made as a child. This is the one Charles cannot reverse. Simone Simmons told Marie Claire, when Diana was alive, William promised her when he was king, Diana would have her HRH restored. This is his way of doing it. A boy, promising his mother before she died that she would get back what the institution took from her. Diana's HRH was stripped in the divorce. She died 12 months later without it. And her son, 12 when she lost the title, 15 when she died, carried that promise for 20 years. Then he named his daughter Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. He put Diana's name in the succession. He put Diana's ring on Kate, her earrings on Kate, her tiara on Kate. He took Diana's charities. He credited Diana on camera. He married Kate where Diana's coffin lay. He played Diana's songwriter at his wedding. He slept on the streets for Diana's cause. He moved into Diana's rooms. He became Camilla's landlord. He canceled Camilla's sister. He made the press that hunted Diana pay. And he built a stadium concert for 63,000 people while Camilla watched it on her television. 20 ways, one promise, made by a boy to his mother before she ran out of time. And the boy grew up. And the boy remembered every word. And the boy is keeping every word. Those were the 20 ways William avenges Diana on Camilla, built on a seized treasury, a canceled sister, a child's promise, and 28 years of decisions that all lead back to the same woman. Diana made the promise possible by telling the truth before she died, and William made it real by turning grief into 20 acts Camilla can never undo. The 15 fortunes Camilla will lose when Charles is gone are the cost of that promise. If you want to see those 15 fortunes, that video is right here.